In this episode of Road Less Marvel Japan, we'll take you inside a Grand Sumo tournament and to a collaboration cafe. We are arriving at the Ryogoku Kokugikan. As we arrive at the Kokugikan, we get our first glimpse of the arena before heading to our seats. Alright, we made it to the sumo arena. We got these tickets by waiting for the moment they went on sale and constantly refreshing the page for about 2 hours. Thousands of attempts. I counted it. I figured out how many it was. It was like, I don't know, 5,000 or something like that. So these are the best seats that you can get as a foreigner, pretty much, unless you're super lucky. This is the Ryogoku Kokugikan, the largest sumo stadium in the world, and nearly impossible to get tickets for. Unless you come in January. Yeah, because basically the moment they all go on sale, they get bought up. And I think for Japanese, I can't remember now. It's been so long because it was a couple months ago we did this. But I think Japanese have other ways to get tickets other than waiting for that moment, or maybe they have an earlier time. I can't remember anymore. Anyway, we got tickets. The Kokugikan seats over 11,000 spectators and hosts 3 of the 6 annual Grand Sumo tournaments, as well as other events like concerts. For example, it was used for the boxing events during the 2020 Summer Olympics. That floating roof in the middle over the dohyo is suspended by cables so no pillars block spectators' views. Seating is split across 2 levels, and on the lower level, the front half of seats are box seats where you sit on the floor. That's where we were originally hoping to get seats. If you look around, you'll see fans holding banners with the names of their favorite wrestlers. A sumo bout starts with the announcement of the wrestlers, or rikishi. In this case, Takayasu on the left and Oho on the right. The banners being walked around the dohyo are the sponsors of the bout. The more banners, the more prize money. That salt thrown by the rikishi is said to purify the dohyo. The rikishi meet in the middle of the dohyo and perform chirichozu. In their respective corners, they rinse their mouths with chikara-mizu, or power water, and wipe their mouths with chikara-gami, or power paper. For the bout to begin, the rikishi must take their places behind the white shikiri-sen lines, synchronize their breathing with the other rikishi, and all 4 fists must touch the ground. At that moment, they'll charge forward. If anything is off, the bout does not begin. It's not uncommon to see false starts, occasionally 2 or 3 in the same bout. The initial charge is called the tachiai, and depending on how the rikishi meet, this can subject their skulls to over 15 Gs. After the tachiai, the bout can progress in a wide variety of ways, but it ends either when a rikishi steps out of the tawara, the inner circle of rice bales around the dohyo, or when a rikishi touches the ground with anything other than the bottom of their feet, at which point the gyoji points his gunbai toward the winning side. But the gyoji's decision is not final. Seated around the dohyo are 5 judges called shimpan.
Did you see? Oh, the mono-e.
Oh, it's a mono-e! If a shimpan sees something questionable, he'll raise his hand to call a judges' conference, called a mono-e. Here, the
the Gyoji had given the bout to Tobizaru.
ただいまの競技について説明いたします。行事今回は10日間ありましたが、胴体ならと骨がつき、競技した結果、時猿の足が先に出たり。
So here, the Gyoji's decision was reversed, and Tomokaze was declared the winner. After a bout, both rikishi step back onto the dohyo and bow. If there's prize money, it's delivered in these white envelopes.
Hey, you got some money.
Before receiving this Kenshō-kin, the rikishi performs a tegatana, chopping left, right, and center. Then the technique used to win the bout is announced. In this case, yorikiri, which is a frontal force-out. Anyway, rikishi have different styles and use different techniques, so depending on who's fighting whom, you get a lot of different kinds of bout. There are two basic styles. Yotsu-zumo focuses on grappling, particularly on the belt the rikishi wear, called the moashi. This style involves a lot of leverage, so it's more common for larger rikishi. Oshi-zumo focuses on powerful thrusts or slaps, trying to drive the opponent out of the ring or knock them off balance. This style is better suited to lighter, more agile rikishi. Some of them like to hug it out and throw their opponent when they get tired. Alright, that's enough yapping from me. Let's just watch this bout between Aonishiki and Kotozakura before we head to our final fantasy cafe in Akihabara. Aonishiki is one of the many foreign-born rikishi. He's Ukrainian. And so we find ourselves back in Akihabara.
Alright. So, after sumo, we did a little shopping in Akihabara, and now we have a reservation at the Final Fantasy Eorzea Cafe. It's on the second floor of this building, so let's check it out. Alright, so our reservation was for a gold saucer room at the Eorzea Cafe, which is a Final Fantasy 14 themed cafe. And so we have this room for ourselves. Obviously, it handles a lot more than two people, but we have it to ourselves. And so the way it works is you come in, with the reservation, you get like one free drink, and then everything else after that, food and drinks, you have to pay for. And they just bring it to you. And then we're trying to figure out if there's karaoke here or not. It looks like there should be. Let's see. I don't see microphones though, so I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Served with mixed nuts.
Yeah, so we never did find any microphones. But this collaboration cafe is literally hosted inside a karaoke place. So maybe they just took the microphones out but left the machine in there. Anyway, the food's here.
This is my drink, the Pictomancer, and you mix stuff with it because the Pictomancer draws stuff and paints stuff with magic. And I can change it the way you want.
Alright, so this is what I ordered. The meat plate. This actually looks really good. Kind of surprised, to be honest. I wasn't expecting much.
Oh, I know their food's gonna look good because I've seen photos of it.
And this is the, what was this?
I don't know, sticky curry, something like that.
That's what Kai ordered. I'm actually pretty excited now. I wasn't expecting much from the food at this place, but this looks really good. Bone-in sausage.
That's good. It's weird. That's good.
Yeah.
So really, no complaints about the meals here. The desserts were cute too, but they were really small for the price.
Alright, well, that was Eorzea Cafe. I actually had pretty low expectations for the quality of the food. It was actually pretty good. So I was pleasantly surprised by that. And the prices of the food once you're in there, not that bad. The dessert was a ripoff. It was overpriced and it was very small. But like that platter of meat was a decent price. That was a very good platter of meat. So suffice to say, I left satisfied.
We're getting near the end of our time in Japan, and as beautiful and entertaining as Tokyo can be, we've got one other stop planned before we head back to the United States. In the next episode, we make a few stops in Kamakura before exploring the island of Enoshima. As always, information about the places in this episode can be found in the description. Thank you for watching.